these first months, and we're seeing the same trends of deforestation in the same areas as last year in the Amazon and also in the Cerrado, in the developing region of the Cerrado. But the rates are higher than last year. And when we talk about the relation between fires and deforestation, especially in the Amazon, where we see this slash and burn method, this is why we are kind of expecting either the same or maybe a bigger fire season. This is specifically talking about Brazil.
In just 3 years, we're losing an area of forest the size of Italy. We're losing them in Latin America, in Africa and Asia. And the drivers behind that loss are different. Overall, the main driver is agricultural expansion. That accounts for 73% of all the losses of forest in the tropics. But it varies between regions. In Latin America, it's primarily large-scale agricultural expansion. In Africa, it's mainly small-scale subsistence agriculture. And in Asia, it's a bit of a mix of both, plus also some expansion of urban areas.
Fires are man-made, so they're being lit to clear forest and make way for agricultural production. Every forest has its own dynamics. There are unique economic drivers. In Indonesia, we're talking about palm oil in particular and pulp and paper as sort of the commodities that replace forest. In Brazil, it's more soy and beef. And so what we're actually detecting is, if you compare Indonesia to Brazil, deforestation rates in Indonesia are actually going down. Whereas in Brazil, they did go down around 2008 and have really spiked again in recent years.
In the Amazon, which was what got the attention from and what gets the attention from the media is, and this relation that we see in deforestation first happening in the first months of the year, followed by the fire of those same areas. So that's why we're seeing that it's very worrying that in these initial months, knowing that this dynamic is going to happen again, we see higher rates of deforestation, which will mean, following the same trend of this slash and burn method, bigger fires.
The rate of deforestation is growing, and it's growing very fast, especially during the 4 months of 2020. So we have now a 4,500 square kilometers deforest waiting to be burned. If you combine this area with the expected area to be deforested over the next month, we could reach at the end of September around 9,000 square kilometers ready to be burned. If 60% of this already deforested area burns, we will have the worst scenario than the one we had last year. Two things that we need to do: a strategic plan to face the problem right now, or a long-term plan to develop in a sustainable way the region. Otherwise, we will have the same situation every dry season in the region. So it's impossible you fight against fire and deforestation only once a year during the dry season as an emergency.
We need to do 3 things. We need to protect, manage, and restore our forests. In order to protect them, we need to protect them from illegal deforestation. That means changing our food systems, stopping that agricultural expansion.